All right, let's continue on here. I'm going to save C and F, but for the end. They seem to be the more challenging or difficult, or not even that, probably just the ones that take a little bit longer. Let's continue on here, though. 8, I don't know if it's 8 and 1 or 4 and 2. I'm going to do 4 and 2. And I'm going to do an x plus 2 and an x plus 2 to get an x plus 2 squared. So the left side does indeed multiply to the left. Right is 15. Okay, what, 5 and 3? But it needs to be negative. So if I did that, I get negative 20 x plus 2 and 6 x plus 2. And if I add those, I get negative 14 x plus 2s. Oh, it's close. I need positive 14. So I can change this. I can make this positive one here. I can make that a negative and make this negative a positive. So now I get positive 20 and negative 6. 20 minus 6 is a positive 14. Good, that's what we want, a positive 14, x plus 2. So I've got a 4x plus 8 minus the 3. And this one, I've got a 2x plus 4 plus the 5. Okay, 4x, 8 minus 3 is 5. And then this one is a 2x, 4 plus 5 is 9. So that is fully factored. Okay, next one here. Give myself a little more room. So 10, I don't know if it's 10 and 1 or 2 and 5. I'm going to do 2 and 5 here. And this needs to be an x minus 2 and an x minus 2 to get the x minus 2 squared. And this is 3. Okay, so if I make this 3 and 1, that's going to be 15 and 2, and I can't get anything there. So I'm going to make this a 3 and a 1. And I need to make it a negative 3. So I'm going to make that one negative. So this diagonal is a 5 x minus 2, and this one's a negative 6 x minus 2. If you add those, you're going to get a negative 1 x minus 2, and that is indeed what I have. Perfect. So those are my factors. The first one is going to be a 5x minus 10, and then the minus 3. And the second one is going to be a 2x minus 4, and then a plus 1. So I have a 5x, negative 10, and negative 3 is negative 13. And the 2x, negative 4 plus 1 is a negative 3 as well. Okay, well. Oh, so this is a negative 13, yeah. Negative 13 and negative 3. Awesome. Okay, so that is the answer. So if you need to write that down or pause it or whatever, you can. Or just have, I mean, probably the easiest thing is just to have the nicer looking notes open so that you can just listen to my words, which are already kind of dumb. And then you can look at the notes as well that actually are legible. All right, anyways, let's jump up here to C. Look at this stuff. I'm going to make this a 1. Okay, so just to keep in mind that this is the left and that this is the right. Just because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So 1 is 1 and 1, and I need an x minus 2 and an x minus 2. So I get 1 x minus 2 squared. And this side is a 10, so I'll do 5 and 2, x plus 2 and x plus 2. That gets me a 10 x plus 2 squared. However, I notice that the middle term is a minus. So I'm going to make both of mine negative. And that still preserves the right-hand side being a positive 10. Negative 2 times negative 5 is still a positive 10. But it just means that when I do my diagonals, I'll get a negative number. So this diagonal here is going to be a negative 5 x minus 2 x plus 2. And this diagonal is a negative 2 x minus 2 x plus 2. And if I add those, I get a negative 7 x minus 2 x plus 2. Is that what I have in the middle? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. So, I mean, I don't know if there's really anything different about this one. the right side wasn't just a number, like the previous ones were just 5s and 2s or 3s and 1s, but now these are 5s and 2s and x plus 2s, but I don't know if it's that much more work. So my first one, my top is a 1x minus 2, a 1x minus 2, minus 5x minus 10, minus 5x minus 10. And then the bottom one is a 1x minus 2, 1x minus 2, minus 2x minus 4, minus 2x minus 4. So I've got a 1x and a minus 5x, which is a negative 4x, and negative 2 and negative 10 is negative 12. And then a 1x minus 2x, which is a negative 1x, negative 2 and negative 4 is negative 6. And that is considered fully factored. So if you want to freeze the screen here and copy anything down, you can. By the way, I don't need to see this work off to the side. I don't even write it. I do it for your sake, but it might not even be very beneficial. So hopefully someone out there is okay with me writing this because it's a waste of my time. But if you get some use out of it, then it's perfect. Okay, let's do the next one. I'm going to just highlight this. That is the left, and that is the right, and the middle is right there. Okay, so the left, oh, I noticed this is a 4 and this is a 9. I don't know if that's helpful to do 2 and 2 and 3 and 3. We'll see. And I need this to be an x minus 1 and an x minus 1. And this needs to be an x plus 2 and an x plus 2. But this needs to be a plus and a minus. So this one would get me negative 6, x minus 1, x plus 2. And this would get me positive 6, x minus 1, x plus 2. And if you add them, you're going to get 0. X minus 1, x plus 2. Is that what I have? No, I need a negative 9. Okay, so it's not going to be 3s. Or is it not going to be 2s? Maybe it's a 4 and a 1. And a 3 and a 3. And I'm going to have to make, so 4 and 1 does multiply to 4, so that checks out. 3 and 3 does not multiply to 9. I need to make one of them negative. So I know just from looking at it, this one down there has to be negative. So let's see what I got when I do my diagonals. This diagonal is going to be a 3, x minus 1, x plus 2. And this one's going to be a negative 12, x minus 1, x plus 2. And if I add those, I get a negative 9, x minus 1, x plus 2. And that is what I have in the center. So that's one factor, and this is the second one. Let's write the first one out. 4x minus 4. 3x plus 6. So that's the top one, and the bottom one, 1x minus 1. Negative 3x minus 6. So 4x and 3x get me a 7x. 6 minus 4 is a 2. And then this one, 1x minus 3x is a negative 2x. Negative 1 and negative 6 is negative 7. So that is now fully factored. So if you need to pause it here, you can to write this down. I'm just going to zoom this out so I can see the 4 questions that I did. There's a lot going on here. I normally would not have so many examples, but this is something that gives a lot of trouble to a lot of students. So I wanted to do as many as I could for you to practice and then watch me do it and watch me make mistakes or whatever. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes here, but it's bound to happen. So there, I've zoomed out. Make any notes, look at my other ones for things that are a little bit clearer.